I'm back here in Arizona, and one thing that is definitely different than 2020 is that there's water. There's lots of water, so we'll see how that plays out. Deer might not be as concentrated this year. Arizona mule deer, over-the-counter tag, do-it-yourself hunt. Oh my gosh. I traveled the state from north to south and just trying to find rut activity. And this buck, he was breeding does. I got some film of him breeding a doe. It's December 16th, 2022, Arizona, over-the-counter archery. Let's see what happens. Oh. The other day, I was looking through my bookcase and noticed one titled The Bobcat of North America by Stanley Young. Inside the cover was a note that read, "Nathan, this book belonged to Grandpa. I want you to have it. Love, Grandpa." This was an old book with an old note, but it came with a new feeling. Grandpa lived an exciting life and captured remarkable photographs and recorded film on reels, initiating a legacy of outdoor photography. Dad has spent most of his life hunting, trapping, and fishing, all the while with a camera in his hand and people by his side. I believe that Endicott films and hunting is a family heritage. Well, the first evening wasn't too bad. I'm not skunked. I saw 2 mule deer does, and I got a little film of them. They fed out through an opening, and that was it. Lots of country. Struck out this morning, didn't turn anything up. I made it up on a high point and glassed kind of 360 around me as far as I could see, and pretty sure I would have seen the deer if it was up feeding, at least for how long I was looking. At least seen one. So with that said, I'm gonna move on. Growing up in Oregon has offered an abundance of hunting opportunity over my lifetime. The general season archery deer tag is valid for 2 seasons. One is early and the other is late. The late hunt has always been my focus because the deer activity is better during the rut. In Oregon, the west side of the state is open for the late archery hunt, but not the east side, where the mule deer live. Hunting mule deer outside the rut is much more difficult and was not my priority because the dates overlapped with the archery elk season. When I discovered that Arizona offered a late archery mule deer hunt, it was a dream come true. The first time I hunted Arizona was in 2021, and I was lucky to drive away with a mature buck. Since then, I couldn't wait to return. One day, I was contacted by David, who lives in Arizona. David saw my film from 2021 and wanted to work together to find new areas that might be good. I hoped where I could, but David found some incredible bucks in January of 2022. Since then, David and I planned to hunt when I returned in December. David wanted me to have the first stalk in his best spots, and I'm extremely grateful that I was able to watch him stalk this buck. Thank you, David, for your friendship, and I hope we get to hunt together again next year.
filming this buck up here, and a buddy who's from town, and he's gonna try to put a stalk on this buck, so hopefully he gets it. He's getting really close. I think he's about 200 yards away. I've just been watching this buck all day. He's a really cool buck.
I'm in a new area today. So far on this trip, I've covered 6 different units. In one of those spots, I found quite a bit of deer. There were 16 does and 2 bucks. Got them on film, but just there was no mature deer. So I might go back to that spot at this time. I'm still just kind of searching for a group of deer that shows rut activity. And it's a little early. I mean, it's December 20th today. So I would imagine just the northern units should be getting going. But I haven't seen it yet. I just got to turn them up. Well, I just got to a new spot. It's actually the same spot I shot my buck back in 2021. And already, just in an evening class, I've seen 20 does and 1 buck. The 1 buck looked like he was kind of following and checking a doe. So I know it's early, but I might get lucky if a bigger buck shows up to do the same thing. But tomorrow we'll give it a full day here and just make sure to look over everything, make sure we don't miss anything. But things are starting to look up. Let's see if we can make it happen. Alright, it's next morning. Let's see what I can turn up. I've got my first decent buck spotted, and he's over a mountain right here, or a hill. And I'm gonna get up and over the top and see if I can cut him on. Let's see what happens. Well, I kind of blew that stalk. Came around a corner, and I was thinking that buck would still be feeding, but he had bedded down already. And it's only like 30 minutes after daylight. So I had him at 74 yards, and I turned on my GoPro, and I was thinking about shooting him, but there's too much grass covering his vitals. He went up here and he bedded down. We'll see if I can get another chance at him. Alright, this buck got up and just rebedded, and now he's in a better spot for a stalk. And the wind is going to be an issue when I get over there, but I'll just have to check it and make sure that my wind's not going to him. But it's a long shot for an opportunity. However, I'm not here to waste time. Hopefully I can get it done.
Got this buck right in front of me, 30 yards.
I just smoked a buck. We got a buck down, baby. Oh my gosh, I could see him. But I am so happy. He's a great buck. Over the counter here in Arizona, and it's a tough hunt. I mean, I covered a lot of miles, covered like 7 or 8 units at this point. I think I've seen 65 does and 5 bucks. Just so happens that this buck, he was a shooter, and oh my gosh, I'm happy with him. Here he is. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's heavy, he's cool. Look at this guy. Wow, a big head on him, big old ears, white face, just a pretty buck. This hunt in Arizona, it's not easy. This is a really difficult hunt, especially before the deer are rutting. If you don't have rut activity, it's a tough hunt. This is one of the oldest deer I've ever taken with my bow. Definitely, at least for mule deer. This buck, he's got all the signs, a really big head, his teeth are worn down to almost nothing. He's got a ton of mass coming out of the base. He's got a white face on him, a Roman nose, a big sway back. He's got everything you'd want in a deer, and I can't believe I made it happen. I feel like lightning struck twice in the same spot with me here in Arizona, because I happened to kill my other buck in this same unit, and I just got lucky, and I turned up this awesome old buck in Arizona's over-the-counter tag for 2022. 2022 started off a really shaky, really rough season for me of life, and then things turned around with me getting a bull, and then I got awesome blacktail in Oregon, and then now this buck in Arizona, and I also got a buck in Idaho. So I just can't believe it. 3 deer and a bull in a season when I didn't even think I was going to be hunting. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I just can't believe it. I'm in awe. What a buck. What a year. Cheers.
The Bible states that God made man in his own image. We are all inheritors and given the dominion over every living thing that moves upon the earth.
Alrighty, we got the first load, headed back to the truck.
May you be encouraged to unify as hunters and conservationists. May you focus on preserving hunting as our inherent right, because as of now, hunting is not a right in Oregon and most of America.
This sunset is incredible. God really blessed me today. Just to be able to be here, be hiking, to enjoy it, and going in to get a second load. But it feels really good to have this buck on my back, believe it or not, and headed out to the truck.
Grandpa gave me more than just an old book with a note. It was a purpose.